Greetings, comrades. This is Andre Agudes de Jardin for another Guilds of Ravnica Kraga pack. Alright, hoping for great treasures and no whammies. For our token, we got an insect. Nice, very nice insect, yes. For our gate, we have a Boros Guild Gate. So again, this will be the last time we talk about the Guild Gates. I think you should take the Guild Gates over any just good playable common. I think your mana base is just way much better if you have 3 Guild Gates in your deck. So there we go. Alright, first up is Passwall Adept. He is a blue and a colorless for a 1/3, and for a colorless and a blue, target creature can't be blocked this turn. He's an actually fine playable card in the Dimir deck. I don't think so much in the Izzet decks. But yeah, he blocks early guys, and he's a mana sink later on to actually win the game when the board gets all gummed up and if they happen to kill your flyers. That being said, C, replacement level, maybe C-. Don't know. He's definitely not the 2-drop you want in the decks, but he'll do. Alright, maximize velocity. This is 1 red for a sorcery. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains haste until end of turn, and it has Jumpstart, and this is like a D. I don't want to play this in my deck. This is not the Jumpstart card I'm looking for. This is not the Izzet anything I'm looking for, nor even a Boros card. D. Alright, speaking of a Boros card, here is Healer's Hawk. It is a 1 white mana for a 1/5 flying lifelink creature bird. And the reason this is important for the Boros deck is because of the mechanic Mentor, and a 1/1 flying lifelink isn't a card. It's close to a card, but it's still not a card. But a 2/2 flying lifelink is a card. It's a very good card, in fact. So this is like C+ once you're in the Boros deck and have Mentor. It's probably a C otherwise. You'll play it in your Celestia deck. It helps convoke things, but you need a way to get a counter on this guy. And the first counter on this guy is Big Game. Alright, this is not Big Game. This is Dazzling Lights. It is 1 blue for an instant. Target creature gets -3/-0 until end of turn, and it has Surveil 2. And the Surveil 2, as I've said before, I makes it feel like it's almost a card, but it's not a card. Like, I really don't want to play this in my Dimir deck. It's a D. If it happens to sneak in, it's probably fine, but with cards like this, it's really difficult to engineer a situation where they're, good and like trade for another card. So, still not looking to play this. The Surveil 2 makes it better, but it's still a D. Alright, next up, Dowser of Lights. It is 1 black, 4 colorless for a 4/5 horror with lots of flavor text. This is a C. It's fine. It's a fine 5-drop. It's going to block most of the things you need it to block. The stats in this set are particularly good for it to attack, and sometimes takes a triple block to kill this, but you're not slamming this down. But it's a C. You'll play this in your Dimir and Golgari decks, and it'll be a fine guy. Alright, Urban Utopia is a 1 green, 1 colorless for an enchantment aura. It's enchant land. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then it can tap for 1 mana of any color. A perfectly serviceable card. The fact it cantrips itself is good, but you probably want the like if you're looking to mana fix, 1, gates are the best, and then 2, the uncommon that finds a gate, or the uncommon explosive vegetation that are also gates are way better than this. This is like a D+, because I think the cost of having one in your deck is pretty low as it replaces itself, but you probably shouldn't be looking to play these. Alright, speaking of cards you should not be looking to play is Undercity Uprising. It is a black, green, and 2 colorless for a sorcery. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Then target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. This is a really odd effects going in. Like, because you give your creature Death Touch, you want like a little creature to fight a bigger creature, but then you're still 2-for-1ing yourself. And like, even with them all Death Touch, when they attack, your opponent can still block fine. There's no Colossal Dreadmaw, so there's no big like trampling through here. Like, this is a D-. I don't want to play this card. I've never seen it played against me, and like, I just don't think it's very good. Alright, here is Parathon Patrol. I probably pronounced that wrong. I don't care. It is 1 white, 3 colorless for a 2/3 Flying Vigilance Mentor Human Knight. And Flying Vigilance and Mentor, all those keywords together, make it a pretty good card. If you can mentor once onto this, it's then really easy to mentor onto all your other 2-power creatures. This is a C+. This is what I'm picking so far. It's good in Boros and Selesnya. Obviously better in Boros, but if you can mentor this once, it can then really start mentoring your other creatures pretty free in the sky. So C+, what I'm picking so far. Wouldn't be thrilled if I ended up with this, though. Alright, Boros Lockets. All the lockets are 3 colors and mana artifacts that can tap for a mana of their guild, and then for 4 hybrid of the guild, you can sack and draw 2 cards. Boros Locket is the worst of all the lockets. You usually don't want to ramp to anything, and the drawing 2 cards doesn't mean much. Like, I have not seen a Boros mid-range deck where this would be good. So this is like a D. Don't want to play it. Alright, last comment. I guess here's your Trampoly boy to go with your Undercity Uprising. It is Siege Worm. 2 green, 5 colorless for a 5/5 with Convoke and Trample. And this is a lot less impressive in this sets than other sets. In the core set, it was ridiculous because you had, 1 drop into the 2 drop and the triplicate spirits into this, which made it just ridiculous. But even in original Ravnica, you could cast this on turn 4 pretty easily. There's nothing really here to help power this out on turn 4, and like tapping your team down for a 5/5 trample on turn 5, well, okay, isn't great. And I think this is the best Convoke creature, so I don't really like Selesnya. This is like a C-. Sometimes I'll play this card, but like, I just don't know. I think it's underwhelming. Alright, this is not underwhelming. This is Price of Fame. 1 black, 3 colors for an instant. It costs 2 cast less if it targets a legendary creature, which really doesn't matter. But it destroys target creature, and it has Surveil 2. And in Limited today, like a 4-mana instant that just destroys target creature is already playable. With Surveil 2, it makes it super playable. Like, this is B+. It'd be hard for me to get off this mono-colored, such a powerful card. And then, at 4 mana, it either finds you your 5th mana or just finds you whatever spell you need. So, C+. Or it's not C+, B+. Like, I think it's going to be hard to get me off this card. And Plague Crafter, you're not going to do it. Though he's a fine guy, when he enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planewalker, and each player who can't discards a card. Best in the Golgari deck when you can cast him after you used a beetle to put a counter on something else or had a generous stray to draw a card. But like the Boros decks and the Selesnya decks often just have an expendable creature around, so I think he's really more of some sort of constructed card than anything else. But he's like a C+. I'd still play him. Edict effects are fine, but like not even close. Alright, Goblin Baronet. It's a 1/1 for 1. Boo, it better have some good text. It has Mentor. Now 1/1 for 1 for Mentor. There has to be something else to it. This isn't like old design where they put a 1/1 with Trample. And no, you can pay 2 mana to give it +2/+1 until end of turn. This is a respectable card. I don't know exactly where it fits into the Boros deck, as it can be really hard the early turns to pump him. It's probably a C. It's probably interchangeable with a lot of the Boros creatures. Price of Fame is still leagues above this. And the rare is Midnight Reaper. It is a 3/2 zombie knight for a black and 2 colorless, and whenever a non-token creature you control dies, it deals 1 to you and you draw a card, so it's likely when this card dies, because your opponent's probably going to use whatever spot removal they have on this to stop you from drawing a bunch of cards. Like, that's good. That's fine. I think that's C+. Like, I would put the Midnight Reaper in the same camp as these cards. But, like, Price of Fame's just above it all. So I'm going to take Price of Fame. And don't be one of those people that are like, well, 3 of the best cards are black. So I'm going to take this white card. It's like, yeah, don't give people better cards than you. Just take the best card. So thank you very much for listening, and let me know what you think in the comments, comrades.